Team Espinás is a team with all their 8 members from Barcelona. And this team had a special request already when coming here. They wanted to make a workshop within the workshop. And it's interesting to see the results that they have achieved. Here is team leader architect Olga Tarrasó.
So, I'll be very synthetic. I will try to be so that we can bring you the results of our work of those days. Our approach begins with the understanding of the territory and the physical structure of the city. That means not only the river, but the valley system and the general morphology of the site. By analyzing the former growth of the city within the territory and the big landmarks, this has helped us very much to try to found a form to the city. This is difficult, but this was one of our basic purposes, because a city has to have a form in itself, should have, to recognize it, to feel people living there, that they are in a place. Our concern with the present city, with the physical and social segmentation of the city into different neighborhoods, industrial areas, malls, etc., led us to look into the structure of the mobility at the regional, not only local, but regional level. We have been trying to find out how to avoid through traffic, especially trucks and heavy traffic, and we have explored alternatives to organize regional and city mobility. Sustainability and city-nature relationship has been the third driver, and we are proposing some guidelines to continue developing all Gothenburg potential. And impregnating everything, we have given considerable importance to acknowledge which is the people's perception of the urban problems, their use of the urban spaces and facilities, and their evaluation of the priorities just now. This is a transversal approach, and the outcomes of the public participation sessions that we have organized during the workshop are present in our sheets, helping to verify and introducing new perspectives. Okay, thank you. Well, to speak about the territorial strategy, we propose, it goes far, but we propose a new structure for the mobility. At the regional level, the removal of the barrier effect created by the existing road to the port, through the creation of a new road and rail infrastructure that connects directly the port logistics area with the Stockholm's corridor, bypassing Gothenburg River City. This issue makes unnecessary the duplication of the current line of freight rail and the road infrastructure associated with the new we think about the creation of new tram lines to ensure cross connections without passing through the city center. A new tunnel under the river for use by the tram at the western side would be necessary. It's interesting because of the exchange with different citizens. We have known that there's really a connectivity problem at the west side of the city. And always looking at this main structure, which makes really the city and the systems permeable, the relationship between the western north side of the city and the other side is for us important. The creation of the removal of the ferry terminals to its new, the removal of the ferry terminals to another location, to a new location at Frihamnen seems to be necessary to provide really a free system of public spaces and of relation from the south bank quarters to the river, free of other uses. Well, a second approach would be called towards a neutral city. The proposed sustainability strategy for the Gothenburg River City is, from our point of view, composed by two visions: sustainability at human scale and small scale. Biomimesis, minimum impact over natural systems. 5 areas for action: mobility, a change of paradigm. Green and nature comes across the city and becomes functional. Energy, a self-sufficient city. Water cycles restoration, and climate change, adaptation to future uncertainty. Those, well, I don't have time to explain, but we have working from that perspective on the global center of the city. I have to continue. I don't have the time. Sorry. Well, third approach, park and river system, which is explained by 5 main drawings. Natural green star, the morphology of the site. No? The green star of the existing landscape formed by green and water converge in the center of the city. The border effect, by identifying the current physical border relationship between housing, streets and the mountains and the hills, we see an opportunity to propose new green borders in which the city is contained. Relation between flat and mountain. No? A central platform approximately located at the river level allows us to understand the topography, the morphology of the site, a combination between steep mountains and almost flat spaces. And that allows us to, permits us to understand the city as a global element, as a global being. The central floodable park. Flood changes as an advantage to create a new central floodable park in which people from all ages will interact with nature and the riverscape and enjoy open-air sports, social activities, and urban agriculture, for instance. This would be at the park of Gullbergsvass. And finally, park and river system, which is represented also by the diagram in the center. The river is seen as a crucial part of the existing parks network, which is directly connected. So, and finally, the fourth image, or the fourth slide, represents the principal lines of the proposal for a new scale for the city, the keys to city reconstruction, which would be the heavy traffic and railway traffic from the port should not pass through the city, but head directly to the airports and Stockholm. This allows to the reconversion of the existing motorways into urban avenues. A new urban axis. Stalhanskegatten, Lundby-Leden, Kalmar-Landins. Integration of Vlissingen neighborhoods. Through this axis running along the former or present highway, urban highway. A new urban facet to the river. Götaleden, Oskarsleden, and Regegotten. New public spaces and facilities by the river's south shore. This continuity of public spaces. On the southern shore, the northern shore, the relationship to the river should be always, or almost always, transversal. 3 new bridges, 2 for pedestrian, bicycle, and 1 for public transportation and private cars, at urban scale, and a new tunnel for the train-tram system. A specific proposal for Ringen and Golbervas, a new urban typology of flooding or soft areas, water green, and small economic activities, mixed uses, artists or professional workshops, ship-oriented films. Pulling down barriers, giving back the river to the city. One sentence. Long. A series of proposals, projects, and improvements are included in our streams. They give response to the major problems detected and to most of the issues arising by people's perception, as told to our team. All of them in line with our objective of an articulated, socially cohesive city.
Wow.